The students are being led by the college-wide Deans of Student Development. Dean Ed Roberts, Dr. Jamin Bartolemo, Dr. Clemmy Solomon, and Dr. Tanya Mason. Followed by campus student Senate representatives who will be assisting the deans on stage. Aranje Sri Panjalingam, Mona Matamidi, Jonelle Malone, Douglas Lindell. The students from Workforce Development and Continuing Education. The students from the Germantown Campus. the students from the Takoma Park Silver Spring campus. The students from the Rockville Campus. Students, please rise and remain standing. Chief Marshal, Professor Maria Davidson Adams. The Workforce Development and Continuing Education faculty and staff, led by Professor Michael P. Coretta. The Germantown faculty and staff, led by Professor Zenobia Garrison. The Takoma Park, Silver Spring faculty and staff, led by Professor Tracy Smith Bryant. The Rockville faculty and staff, led by Professor Stephen Thurston. The Montgomery College administrators and central services staff, led by Ms. Donna Shenna. (2016) Commencement platform guests. The bearer of the mace, the full-time faculty of the year, Dr. Nathan Zook. The staff member of the year, Mrs. Carla Neighbors. The part-time faculty of the year, Dr. Jeanette Pritchett. Dr. Janet Warmack, Senior Vice President for Administrative and Fiscal Services. Ms. Dorothy Humans, Instructional Dean, Workforce Development and Continuing Education. Mr. Taiyo Asano, Workforce Development and Continuing Education Apprenticeship Board of Trustees Scholar. Mr. George Payne, Vice President and Provost for Workforce Development and Continuing Education. Dr. Monica Trent, Instructional Dean, Germantown Campus. Mr. Eric Barron, Germantown Campus Board of Trustees Scholar. Ms. Margaret Latimer, Vice President and Provost, Germantown Campus. Ms. Joan Nake, Interim Vice President and Provost, Rockville Campus. Dr. Rodney Redmond, Instructional Dean, Rockville Campus. Dr. Brad Stewart, Vice President and Provost, Takoma Park, Silver Spring Campus. Ms. Freewat Sayum, Takoma Park, Silver Spring Campus Board of Trustees Scholar. Dr. Sharon Fechter, Instructional Dean, Takoma Park, Silver Spring Campus. Dr. Monica Brown, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. Richard Beal, President of the Montgomery College Alumni Association. Mr. Luis D. Rosales, Student Trustee. Mr. Robert Hydorn, Trustee. Mr. Robert Levy, Trustee. Mr. Michael Pretty, Trustee. Mr. Benjamin Wu, Trustee. Dr. Kenneth Hoffman, Trustee. Dr. Kenneth Weiner, Honorary Degree Recipient. Ms. Gloria Aparicio Blackwell, Trustee. Mr. Kevin Sexton, Honorary Degree Recipient. The Honorable Michael Knapp, Trustee and First Vice Chair. Ms. Gigi Godwin, Honorary Degree Recipient. Dr. Leslie Levine, Trustee. Dr. Sanjay Rai, Senior Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. The Honorable Leon Rodriguez, Director, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Ms. Marcia Suggs Smith, Chair, Montgomery College Board of Trustees. Mr. Kojo Nnamdi, Honorary Degree Recipient and our keynote speaker this morning. The President of Montgomery College, Dr. Darian Pollard. Audience, please rise and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem sung by Montgomery College student from the Department of Performing Arts, Mr. Jason Guerrero.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of Montgomery College, Dr. Darian Pollard.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning and congratulations to the class of 2016. And good morning to the friends and family of our graduates, our fabulous faculty, staff, and members of the Foundation Board and Alumni Association, and of course, our other distinguished guests. Please stand as I call your name for recognition. The Honorable Bridget Newsom, Mayor of Rockville. From the Montgomery County School Board, the Honorable Rebecca Smondrowski and the Honorable Christopher Barclay. President Emeritus, Dr. Hercules Pinckney. From the Montgomery College Foundation, Mr. Martin Coburn, Mr. Kenneth Becker, Ms. Roberta Shulman, the Honorable Jeffrey Slavin, Mr. Morgan Sullivan, and Ms. Linda Youngentob. From the Montgomery College Alumni Association, Ms. Carol Leahy and Ms. Susan Thompson. and former honorary degree recipients, Ms. Bernice Grossman, Ms. Esther Newman, and Ms. Teresa Wright. Because of the support of the Montgomery College Board, Foundation Board, alumni, donors, and other elected officials, the college is able to achieve its mission of empowering students to change their lives. Thank you all for joining us today for this memorable occasion. Thank you. Now, before I get into the celebration, because this is a celebration, I'd like to introduce a visitor who brings some very special greetings from the White House. The Honorable Leon Rodriguez, the Director of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Mr. Rodriguez is a dedicated public servant who, prior to joining the Obama administration, served the neighborhoods he has lived in for many years as a former Montgomery County attorney. He is also a former board member of Casa de Maryland. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rodriguez to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Pollard, for that introduction, and first and foremost, congratulations to all the graduates today. I am here on behalf of the President, who wants me to congratulate all of you on what you have achieved and the promise that you show. Education is a key that truly unlocks endless possibilities and lights the path to America's promise. Institutions of higher learning like Montgomery College are critical to ensuring all Americans have an opportunity to earn a quality, affordable degree or credential. Our nation has more than 1,100 community colleges, serving more than 40% of all undergraduates. And I learned here this morning that 25% of all Montgomery County graduates begin their higher education in this institution. Today, more students are like you, beginning their college education, pursuing an associate degree or certificate. You are going to shape the future of our communities, and much of your growth and knowledge are shaped by community colleges like this one. President Obama recognizes that community colleges are the backbone of our post-secondary education and training system and a critical investment in our future. That is why, in his State of the Union last year, the President announced America's College Promise to make 2 years of community college free for hardworking students. The administration has worked to open more doors to higher education so that every student, regardless of what zip code she was born into, or whether a family member has a college degree, can have a fair shot at succeeding in a high-quality education. I grew up on 82nd Street in Miami Beach. Nobody was from 82nd Street. Everybody was from somewhere else. My parents were from Cuba. Others on our block were Russia. Many, many were from all different parts of Latin America. But what we shared on 82nd Street is what I see here in this hall this morning. I see the promise of the future. I see love of family. I see a commitment to hard work that is symbolized in the energy. And so I am so pleased to be able to be with you here this morning. To ensure that no student has to forego a job founded on a sense of purpose and passion just so they can pay their student debt, the administration has cut student loan interest rates. It has capped student loan payments at 10% of income for current and future students through the pay-as-you-earn repayment program. Here at Montgomery College, your student body beautifully displays the diversity that is America. Look at those flags. You represent 107 countries among you. It is your talent, your energy, your passion that will continue to make this a great country. In this final year of his presidency, it's clear there has been progress toward building a better future for the next generation. The President will continue to call on Americans to use their talent to lift up citizenship and service, to provide more people with a voice, and to continue the work of perfecting our union. I love the job that I do. I love swearing in new American citizens. I love being able to talk to young people who are recipients of deferred action for childhood arrivals. I love talking to those of you who have achieved your green card. For those of you who are eligible to naturalize, I encourage you to consider doing so. I have the high privilege of administering that oath of naturalization to those who become new American citizens. And I always encourage those new citizens, as I encourage you, to be active participants. I challenge and encourage you to use your talents to leave a legacy of service for future Americans. Volunteer at a local organization, lend your voice as a community advocate, and if you are eligible, and I hope many of you will be since I am a member of this community as well, run for public office and cast your vote on Election Day. Honor the freedoms that define this great nation. I am so proud and so grateful to be here with you today. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We are grateful for the President's recognition that community colleges are indeed the change agents of the 21st century. The students progressing here today are from 109 countries. When I think about the cultures, religions, and language present in that number, you get an inkling of just how complex our world has become. Yet students at our institution thrive in classrooms and laboratories where civility and tolerance are the rule. There is a shared, sometimes an unspoken understanding that respect for difference is integral to higher education. If opportunity is to be the currency of our society, then educational spaces must be sacrosanct, places where discourse is infused with respective inquiry. The students, faculty, and staff of Montgomery College take great pride in the culture of exploration we have nurtured in our diverse classrooms and student centers. Director Rodriguez mentioned the mission of his agency is to secure America's promise as a nation of immigrants. I think that phrase says it all, a nation of immigrants, because that's just what we are. Even if you were born in the United States, chances are great that somewhere along your history, your relatives were born somewhere else and came to this country. Many of them, you might discover, came here for one thing: opportunity. In America, there are opportunities to work and learn that are not available in other parts of the world. Most of these opportunities are tied to education. When I hear political rhetoric these days that tries to define America with simplistic slogans and reductive catchphrases, I think we are more than that. If some of the taglines trouble you too, congratulations, you are officially a critical thinker. That's what higher education does for you. It ruins your enjoyment of vapid campaign rhetoric. And that's not entirely bad. Intellectual and political progress depend on letting go of paradigms that no longer work. Monosyllabic slogans have never served our country or progress very well. They reduce multidimensional problems to ahistorical rallying cries that fit neatly into Twitter feeds. Is this what America is really about? It's certainly not what the education is at Montgomery College. When I look around the faces of this audience, I know that our country is about more than this. America is a place of diverse origins and complex aspirations. It is a hopeful, visionary place that is suffused at some times with profound social and historical contradictions. It is a place where individual rights are in tension with the concept of a nation. It holds tightly to the principles of freedom, but it defends its citizens' right to disrupt its narrative. Intricacies like these are only untangled by people who think critically. Despite the incivility and intolerance that we see in some national political rhetoric these days, Montgomery College students have shown that no one should disrupt another's chances at opportunity. There are nearly 2,600 of you graduating to prove this today. You, graduates, you are the real America. Standing now to claim your future and receive your degree or certificate. With those credentials, I know that you will build an America that is more inclusive than previous generations and richer in opportunities for all residents. Now, just to show you what inclusivity looks like, I would like the class of 2016 to introduce themselves to everyone here today. So let's take a moment to do just that. If each of our graduates could stand up in a moment and shout, "I am MC," when you hear me say something that describes who you are. You got the rules? Y'all got a college degree and certificate, all right? So let's see who's here today. If you graduated from a Montgomery County high school, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you are a native Marylander, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you have worked while attending MC, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you were born in another country, stand up and shout. If you are the first in your family to attend college, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you speak more than one language, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you speak more than 2 languages, stand up and say, "I am MC." Okay, out of curiosity. If you can speak more than 3 languages, stand up and say, "I am MC." Wow. If you are an MC employee or relative of an MC employee, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you're graduating Phi Theta Kappa, stand up and shout. If you participated in a learning community while at MC or in a scholars program such as ACES, the Macklin Business Institute, the Hillman's Entrepreneurial Program, the Scholars Circles, the Renaissance or Montgomery Scholars, or any other learning community, stand up and shout. If you've had to choose between paying for life's essentials and buying textbooks, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you attended more than one Montgomery College campus, stand up. If you're receiving more than one degree or certificate today, stand up.
I am MC.
Right. If you plan to transfer today, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you plan to enter the workforce after graduation, stand up. If you are a parent, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you are a single parent, stand up and say, "I am MC." If you are one of the 16 graduates older than 60, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you are a veteran or a working reservist, stand up and shout, "I am MC." If you have a grade point average of 4.0, stand up and say, "I am MC." And lastly, and most importantly, if you are a member of the Montgomery College graduating class of 2016, stand up and shout, "I am MC." Now, I have to do my customary tradition of my view of the graduates. So can y'all stand up one more time and stand up and say, "I am MC." To the graduating class of 2016, congratulations, and once again, good luck on your future.
Wow, how do I follow that? Dr. Pollard. We will now recognize 4 outstanding scholars. The Board of Trustees Scholar Awards recognizes valedictorians from each of our campuses and workforce development and continuing education. Today's scholars will receive a board citation and a tuition scholarship. I call your attention to the video screens to learn more about these 4 outstanding students.
Wow, it's very shocking yet rewarding. I worked so hard at Montgomery College to achieve the grades that I did, and Montgomery College offered me this great, opportunity academically. So the fact that I took advantage of it, I feel very rewarded and very, very honored.
I'm very excited. It's a little bit unexpected. This is the first the first merit-based award that I've ever gotten.
I feel so honored that Montgomery College Board of Trustees, whose mission is encouraging students to strive for educational excellence, tells me it's encouraging and motivating to continue my hard work and continue my education in the future.
It's really like a milestone for me, because for me it is like I'm representing the whole Rockville campus, and that's an honor. And I believe it's not only for me, because to get here I get to work with all of my friends, all of my fellow students, all of my professors, so it's like all together. Like I like to say, together is always better, so it's not only me, but it's all these people helping me out to get here.
Originally, I'm from Ethiopia, and I came here to live with my father, and it's around July 2013.
I'm originally from Benin, it's a small country in West Africa. And about coming to Montgomery College, besides the quality of education and the nice commute for me, I think it's the diversity. Like attending here, I've had a chance to meet wonderful people from all around the world. I have friends from everywhere, and I think that's truly amazing.
I'm actually from Montgomery County. I was born in New York, but spent most of my life around here. I ended up finding an employer that really encouraged me to return to school and help me kind of find the workforce development program.
I graduated Plano Senior High School in 2014, and my father is a professor in statistics, and he was teaching at University of Texas at Dallas. So I applied there, I got accepted, I was ready to go. My father got a better offer at American University, so he moved the family to DC. I looked at my options in the schools in the area, and Montgomery College, I heard, had so many different majors to explore.
In Montgomery College, I find very fantastic professors. They help me a lot through my education, and also through Montgomery College I'm able to give back to others. I served as bilingual college tour guide and helped new students during their first time at Montgomery College.
I'd like to thank my girlfriend, my parents, my brother. Behind the scenes, I'm going to work on a daily basis, and they really kind of help keep me in line, and there have been high and low points, and they've really been a solid foundation that I can rely on. And then with my previous employer, Capron Company, my colleagues, my mentors, really kind of helped me grow and facilitated my growth.
I want to thank each and every family member, most of all my parents, Yilma Siyomido and Makadas Waji, and also my uncle, Dr. Mogus. They helped me a lot through my education. They gave me unconditional love and support.
I would love to thank my father, Michael, and my mother, Ludmila. They came here from the Soviet Union, and I'm firstborn American. Their dream was to get an education. Now they both have graduate degrees, so hopefully I can progress my education.
I would thank my sister. I mean, my older sister is still in Benin, and they still support me. But one of my sisters is here, and she supports me for my education. So
I would like to thank Mr. Lang, Lindsay, and Ms. Youngentab for always being there in the MBI program and always advising me whenever I needed it. Professor Bake for answering my FaceTime calls at 9:30 at night to answer my Wiley Plus questions, and Schleicher for being the first person to help me at Montgomery College and really set me on my path that I am today.
I want to acknowledge Professor Mim Van Teran and Nadi Verma. They helped me a lot through my education.
One teacher in particular, Mr. Cleveland Tyler, who we've had the pleasure of having every year. He's been very encouraging and great source of inspiration, and he likes to kind of teach outside of the box too, which I think really helped with the type of students and the type of program that we're in, which is a little bit atypical.
I would like to thank Dr. Love. She helped me a lot. Ms. Claudia Greer, my boss in the Math Science Center, Ms. Carol Burbage, all of my professors, Dr. Akmal, Aria, Dr. Ben Muna, Dr. A, Dr. K, Dr. Duri, and the list goes on and on.
I'm going to be re-enrolling in the fall. I'd like to pursue the engineering program here. Right now I'm in the service industry, but there's sales, there's research, there's design, a lot of different avenues that I'd like to pursue. So I think mechanical engineering is the next step.
I'll be transferring to the University of Maryland, College Park, and I will be completing my bachelor in electrical engineering. And I plan to continue on a doctorate program right after to earn my degree in the same field.
I'm planning to transfer to University of Maryland School of Nursing. I hope there I will finish my education and pursue my bachelor degree. Then after that, after a little work experience, I hope I will join either the medical field or continue and become nurse anesthetist.
After Montgomery College, I will be attending American University. I decided to fuse my business interest and my mathematical interest and fuse it into a degree called Math and Economics. And I hopefully, after my undergrad degree, I hope to study financial engineering at some Ivy League school, hopefully Columbia. But it all started at MC, and I'm really proud of that.
Aren't you amazed and impressed by these 4 student stories? They are terrific representatives of this 2016 graduating class. The Rockville scholar, Mr. Jerome Quinham, is out of town on military training exercises and was unable to attend today's ceremony. We appreciate Mr. Quinham's service to our country. Trustee Hoffman, will you please bring forward Mr. Taiyo Asano? Congratulations. Trustee Wu, please bring forward Mr. Eric Barron. Congratulations. Trustee Pretty, please bring forward Ms. Freewat Sayum. Congratulations. Congratulations to our scholars. We know you will continue to make Montgomery College proud with your future endeavors.
It is a tradition at colleges and universities to award honorary degrees to individuals who have risen to a position of eminence, have acquired a national or international reputation in a selected field, hold a distinguished record of public and community service, or have made a notable donation of time, talent, or treasure to Montgomery College. Today, we honor 4 such individuals.
Trustee Levine, please bring forward Ms. Gigi Godwin. Distinguished community activist, visionary leader, former trustee, and faithful friend of Montgomery College. Trustee Knapp, please bring forward Mr. Kevin Sexton. Visionary business leader, dedicated community activist, distinguished citizen, and faithful friend of Montgomery College. Trustee Blackwell, please bring forward Mr. Kenneth Weiner. Benevolent benefactor, visionary mentor to students, professor emeritus, and faithful friend of Montgomery College.
Chair Suggs Smith, please bring forward honorary degree recipient and our keynote speaker, Mr. Kojo Nnamdi, award-winning broadcaster, advocate for human rights, and friend of Montgomery College. Chair, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the State of Maryland, I confer these honorary Associate of Arts degrees in public service to Ms. Georgette Gigi Godwin, Mr. Kojo Nnamdi, Mr. Kevin Sexton and Dr. Kenneth Weiner, who, with diligence and honor, have served Montgomery College, our community, and great state of Maryland.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the President, the faculty, and the staff of Montgomery College, it is with gratitude and pleasure that I award these degrees with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Congratulations to each of you.
Yes, the maybe say that. No, she.
And now, please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Mr. Kojo Nnamdi.
Good morning. And congratulations to the class of 2016. Please give yourselves a warm round of applause. Because we're all here today because of you, and because you have succeeded in completing a plan that's going to be a key ingredient in your personal future. It's you. After sleepless nights, after nervous days, after long hours spent writing papers, after hours of reading, oh, so much reading, after wondering, after worrying, after doubt, after uncertainty, it's over. It's done. You have succeeded. You have won. And it's sweet, isn't it? Have you been celebrating? Partying, maybe? Up all night? Maybe a little hungover? But that's okay. You go, girl. A key building block to your future is now in place. You can now look ahead to what's ahead. And what's awaits you is what you make of it. That's right, what you make of it. Each of you and each member of your family, each of your friends is justifiably proud of what you have accomplished today. The certificate you earn will help you in the job market, It will help you in the career of your choice. It can help you to win friends and influence people. It can help to provide financial stability, might help your social life, might even help you find a partner for life if you haven't already. Well, you can decide for yourself what you would like your individual accomplishments in life to be. A hero of mine, long deceased, by the name of Frantz Fanon, he said, quoting here, "It's the role of each generation out of relative obscurity to discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. It's the role of each generation out of relative obscurity to discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it." I learned that when I was about, maybe 23 years old, and it used to bother the heck out of me. I'm a baby boomer. With such a large generation, how does one young person figure out what the mission of his or her whole generation is? I couldn't figure it out, because sometimes the hardest thing to see is what's right in front of you. Sometimes it takes a while. You figure you're in your corner of the world, your chosen place, or the place you just happen to be, and that's all you can see. At the age of 23, I was just about to embark on a college career. See, like some of you, I had to work for years before I could go to college. And I lived in a country in South America called Guyana. There you go. At least one Guyanese here. And when I was growing up, there was no television in Guyana. The internet wasn't even a concept. Today, all of that is your reality. So it should be easier for you to see what's right in front of you. What's right in front of you, what you see every day, is a world in which the rich seem to be getting richer. The middle class is struggling to maintain. I've got a friend who's about to publish a book. The name of the book, coming out I think in August, will be 55 Unemployed and Faking Normal. She's talking about a lot of people that you and I know, even if we're not aware of how difficult a time they're having, because, well, they're 55, unemployed, and faking normal. You may want to get that book when it comes out, because you don't want to find yourself in that position. We're in an economy that's not very kind to people who are getting older. And I'm not talking about uneducated people, I'm talking about people with advanced degrees, people who have gotten used to living well, only to find themselves middle-aged and out of work. They're right in front of you. You see them every day. They've still got the pride, they've still got the demeanor and a lot of the clothes from their previous life, so it's not easy to tell that they've fallen on hard times. But that's where an institution like this one, Montgomery College, comes flying in like a superhero to the rescue. Here's a letter from a student who graduated last year. "My name is Harriet. I have a PhD in pharmacology. I'm one of the students who graduated from the Clinical Trial Management Program in December 2015. I'm also one of the beneficiaries of a college transitional scholarship. Although I am highly educated, I faced some hardships, along with 6 fellow scholarship students, and I needed a helping hand to overcome. Although it is premature to say that we will get internships or employment right away, I know for sure that we are far better than we were 3 months ago. I'm writing this letter to let you know how much I appreciated the help I received in order to gain the CTMP experience. Most importantly, I would like to thank you for making this program and others like it available to the residents of the East County community. That's what Montgomery College can do for you. But back to what's right in front of you. In addition to the middle class struggling, there's indigence, there's poverty. You may find this hard to believe, but when I first came to Washington back in 1969, there were no panhandlers anywhere, none in sight. Today, you've got military veterans, people who have served their country, standing on street corners, asking for help. Whole families with at least one parent working, still unable to afford a decent place to live. And this is right in front of you. But what's also in front of you is your future, the one you are building right now, regardless of your age or what stage of life you're at right now. Many of you here today are young, some not so young. Some of you are parents. Some of you are military veterans. You come in all beautiful colors from a variety of backgrounds, a variety of life experiences. But you all share one goal, the goal of self-improvement through education. So, the people right in front of you, the people you used to see only with your eyes, I'm calling on you now to see with your more enlightened minds. And when you look out at the world that's in front of you, when you look out at the global village, you can see people in Syria dying in a civil war. You can see people in Somalia dying at the hands of a terrorist group. You can see the effects of poverty in South America, in Southeast Asia, or in Southeast Washington. And you can see regimes under siege in Iraq or in Afghanistan. You can see the devastating effects of climate change in the Philippines, in India, in Cambodia, in Honduras. But unlike my generation, those things won't seem so far away. For one thing, just look around you. The people you meet on this campus, any of these campuses, can tell you about those things. A lot of them have lived those things because there are students here, as was pointed out, from over 100 countries. All you have to do is ask them. In addition, one of the places you live now, one of the places we'll all be living in the future, is in front of a small screen on a mobile device. And that device, that computer in your pocket that's also a camera and a phone, it can bring you images of what's going on just about anywhere in the world at any time. A violent crime in your neighborhood, one click, one tap, it's right there. An island disappearing in the South Pacific, there, you can actually watch it. Riots in Venezuela, right there in front of you. A drone strike in Yemen, minutes later, there's a video of that destruction on your cell phone. But what can you do about that stuff? A whole lot, it turns out, because you have that information literally at your fingertips. One tap, one click can tell you there's a farmer growing vegetables he can't sell in Maryland. Another click can inform you there's a farmer looking at the devastation of his crops in Papua New Guinea. There should be a third click that can tell you how to connect those two people and how they might be able to help a mother who can't feed her hungry children in southern Sudan. See, what all of those people now have in common is you. You who are informed enough, you who are educated enough, you who are enlightened enough, not only to know about their situation, but you're the ones who now have the tools at your disposal, the technology and the brain power to figure out how to address those kinds of problems and how to solve them. Because you're going to be solving those kinds of problems anyway, right here in Maryland. You've gotten the kind of education that teaches you how to improve your life right where you are. Many of you still go to work every day, even as you take advantage of the access to higher education and training that Montgomery College provides. But what I'm asking you today is to keep your eyes on the prize, as we used to say in the civil rights movement. That's why you wanted to get an education. That's why you went out and did this. You didn't get this education so you can focus your attention on the gender of people using restrooms. Though I understand that's important to some people, but that's not why you pursued this education. So don't be distracted. What education teaches us is to understand and accept the people of the world in all their beautiful diversity. Education provides us, thank you. Education provides us with the collective will to bring change. It's no coincidence that it was the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee that had students leaving the North to register voters in the South in the early 1960s. Their enlightenment as students is what fueled their collective will. That's what smart people like you bring to the table, collective will. And it's a will to do better, a will to be better. Take the 1963 March on Washington, when hundreds of thousands of people of all races converged on Washington. They didn't show up to hear the "I Have a Dream" speech. They had no idea that speech was going to be delivered that day. That's not why they showed up. The march was called the March for Jobs and Justice. That's why they showed up. They showed up to express the collective will of a people, to demand jobs and justice. And we have to thank them for the sacrifices they made, for demanding jobs and justice at a time when a lot of people thought that their main concern was who could use what restroom? One for blacks, another for whites? No, that's not what they wanted. What they wanted, what they demanded, was justice. A justice that still too many Americans, black, Latino, gay, lesbian, transgender, women, still find evasive. But justice enough that a nation that once upheld and tolerated slavery could summon the dignity and grace to elect an African-American man, Barack Hussein Obama, as its president. Justice enough that Darian Pollard today can stand up and lead as the president of Montgomery College. She's standing, she's leading, she's a shining example of what the way forward in America can look like. How justice can manifest itself in the diversity on which our future must be built. So thank you, President Dr. Pollard. The world is changing today at a faster pace than ever. We can only hope that in this rapidly changing world, we're not retreating in the march toward justice, because that can happen. And when you listen to some of the remarks being thrown around in our current presidential race and in our current political environment, let that serve to instruct the young and remind the old that the road to justice was never smooth, never easy. It's a rocky road with pitfalls, traps, pushbacks, reversals along the way. But that future is for you to decide, and you've made your choice. Getting an education is what will lead us forward into the future. Your collective will is what will determine the way forward. You're living in a globalized world. Your life every day exists at an intersection where America meets the world, where the same social media you use to connect with your friends and relatives every day, that same social media is what's used to spark movements in America and revolutions abroad. Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. It's a world where the fix on your laptop is done by an individual in a land far away who's looking at your screen and manipulating it from a small kiosk in a large warehouse that may be surrounded by poverty and sloughs where there's no running water. That's just today's reality. When you're connected to the rest of the world in ways that my generation could only imagine. So what are you going to do? I'll tell you what I did, but that would take up too much of your valuable time. Suffice it to say that I found my way to Washington after stops in Montreal, Canada, and New York City. And I now work in radio. And I work in radio in a city, Washington, D.C., that's often described as the most powerful city in the world, but a city whose citizens have less influence on how our country is governed than you do. Each and every one of you, if you happen to be a resident of Maryland, if you happen not to live in the District of Columbia, each of you has more to say about how the laws of this nation are made than all of the 700,000 residents of the District of Columbia. Because you're living in a state that sends voting senators and representatives to Congress. The 700,000 residents of Washington, D.C. pay federal taxes, serve in the military, die in conflicts abroad, in Afghanistan, in Iraq, have a larger population than at least 2 states, and yet we do not have a voting representative in Congress. Neither House nor Senate. We have one non-voting delegate in the House of Representatives, Eleanor Holmes Norton, who makes her voice heard loudly and clearly. But when the Speaker of the House calls for a vote on the floor of the House, when the roll is called, it does not include the District of Columbia. Of course, that quaint notion of District of Columbia being a federal city is really a mask for the partisan politics that now so beset us as a nation. It's a mask intended to cover a crude political calculation that if we, the residents of the district, were a state, if we had our rights of citizenship, voting rights in Congress, then it would be to the advantage of one political party over another. As you can see, I could go on about this lack of fundamental democracy to over 500,000 other citizens. Okay, so I will. Just yesterday, a congressional committee proposed legislation to block D.C. from using its own taxpayer dollars without the consent of Congress. even though voters in DC approved the measure to do that by over 80% in 2013. So I'm saying all of this because, frankly, I'd like you to be outraged because it's happening right down the street. And it's why I proudly wear the DC flag tattooed on my forearm. But today is not a day for outrage. Today is a day for celebration. Today is a day to give thanks. You have just earned your certificates. You have passed a crucial test in this ongoing odyssey we call life. So enjoy it, because tomorrow, you've got to go out and get back to work. Along the way, you'll find that you'll often be called on to do battle in the arena of ideas. Well, as someone who has been moderating on-air battles in the arena of ideas for over 4 decades, I think I've learned at least one small, often overlooked thing that I'd like to share with you before I go. My main rule of thumb: the person who talks the most is not winning the argument. It may surprise you to know that it's often the best listener who wins in the battle of ideas. Listening is actually a skill. When I was growing up, as I mentioned, there was no television, so people listened to the radio intently. That's where I learned how to listen. They may call me a talk show host, but most of what I actually do is listen. When you listen well, when you listen carefully, you're able to distinguish the difference between substance and style, the difference between serious ideas and bluster. And you're better prepared to make your own arguments effectively. So if there's one thing I'd like you to remember as you leave here today, it's the power of listening. Anybody can talk. Talk is cheap. I'm doing this for free. But think about how you got to where you're sitting today. Just how much listening you had to do in your life in order to learn. You know you didn't talk your way into this degree, this certificate. And after you leave here with it, you may sometimes be tempted to think you know more than anyone else, that your listening days are over because, well, you've got ideas. Nothing wrong with ideas, and you should have them, and you should be passionate about them. But ideas ultimately are about people. And if your ideas are going to affect people, other people, people besides yourself, it's important to listen to those people in order to understand their points of view. In the final analysis, it's the opportunity to put your ideas into practice that will make a difference. The struggle over ideas is ultimately a struggle over how to improve the lives of people. And that's the mission for which this Montgomery College education has prepared you, even as you improve your own life. I'll go back to where I started. It's the role of each generation out of relative obscurity to discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. You're multi-generational here. So I say to all of the generations graduating here today, you are now mission ready. Thanks to Montgomery College. Now, go out and fulfill your mission. And congratulations to you again.
Thank you, Mr. Nnamdi, for your remarks, and I'm sure our students will long remember your insights, including the fact that maybe we all need one of those tattoos on our forearm. Dr. Rai.
Good morning. Good morning. As the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Montgomery College, it gives me great pride to honor 3 individuals whose outstanding service to students has earned them a very special place in Montgomery College's history. Would Trustee Levy please bring forward the honoree of the 2016 Montgomery College Full-Time Faculty of the Year Award, Dr. Nathan Zook. Would Trustee Hydron please bring forward the honoree of the 2016 Montgomery College Part-Time Faculty of the Year Award, Dr. Janita Pritchett. Would Student Trustee Rosales please bring forward the honoree of the 2016 Montgomery College Staff Member of the Year Award, Mrs. Carla Neighbors. Let's give our outstanding faculty and staff a round of applause. And all of our fabulous faculty and staff, students, let's show them how much we appreciate them. This is the part of our celebration that all of our guests have dreamed of for a lifetime, the presentation of our graduates. Guests, I know I'm asking a great deal of you, but please hold your applause so everyone can hear their graduate's name called. Also, please remain in your seats. As you can see, we have a professional photographer on hand, and every graduate will receive a complimentary photo. Dr. Pollard, president of the college, will confer the degree and certificates, and Ms. Shuggs Smith, chair of the Board of Trustees, will award these recognitions on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Montgomery College. Dr. Paul, graduates, please rise. Dr. Pollard, I am pleased to present the graduates of the class 2016.
Chair Suggs Smith, I am pleased to announce that as certified by the college registrar, the faculty has conferred the degree of the Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, Associate of Arts in Teaching, or a certificate as appropriate on those persons of the class of 2016 who have, with diligence and honor, fulfilled the requirements for the degree or certificate being awarded with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto.
I am pleased to announce that by the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of the college by the state of Maryland, the Board of Trustees has ratified the faculty's conferral upon these students of the associate's degree and the certificate as appropriate, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto. Please be seated.
Will the mission-ready workforce development and continuing education class of 2016 please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Doesn't he speak?
No, she starts reading.
Oh, okay.
Taiyo Asano, with honors. You gotta say it again. Can you say it again, Dorothy? Dorothy, say it again. Say it again. Say his again.
What? I know. What am I?
Repeat his.
Okay, Taiyo Asano with honors. Benjamin Joseph Allen with honors. Patrick Barrick. Mauricio Barrancos. Ivan Jamil Gutierrez. Hossein Zafari Shokhrane with honors. Andrew Stephen White. Anna Maria Elizabeth Baraka Dolak. Kevin Blanco. Chris Brokenborough. And Ricardo Calderon. Jesse Jimenez. Fernando Marcario. Carlos Portillo. Edwin Rivas. Marco Sanchez. Joey St. Fleur. Chris Thomas.
Members of the Germantown Campus Class of 2016, please come forward and receive your diplomas, and congratulations.
Student, he's first. Our student.
Eric Barron with honors. Bethlehem Abate. Carlos Acevedo. Haley Lynn Adams with honors. Shazad Ahmed. David Benjamin Alvarado. Maria Jimena Alvarez with honors. Emeraldo Andre with honors. Parker Hampton Anthony with honors. Zubia Yasmin Awan with honors. Lumnui Audrey Awasam. Mohammed Azimi Vathat with honors. Ramada Ba. Sanjuani Bala Surya with honors. Christian Barnett. Cassandra J. Fry. Stacy Awani. Alex Bali. Whitley Lee Ann Foster with honors. Philippe Olivier Gotti. Ria Gandhi with honors. Myra Garza. Nijin Hajiji with honors. Daniel Barhi with honors. Christian Reynoso Betancourt with honors. Kwabena Botang. Rahani Brambot with honors. Kolash Ballet. Gabriela Bravo Salazar. Immaculate Boire. Jennifer Marie Camuso with honors. Stephen Campbell. Samantha Lillian Cantero. Elaine Carballo. Ashley Cash. Carol Castellan. Jose Del Castillo. Abby Batu Cisse. Will Cerna Jr. Blanca Corrales. Tiffany Davis. Yesenia Carolina Diaz. Roussel Daifi. Constance Jarbang. Johnny Drayton III. Shanesha Cherie Dufy. Valerie Arazo. Natalie Teresa Glaze with honors. Corrine Olivia Nan. Yasmin Dasta Goli with honors. Fernando Gonzalez with honors. Aaron Guzman. Jacob Hafner. Patrick Ambrose Kenny. Stephen Bistrel Komika Nu. Maxim Korsavo. Jade Brianna Kronwinkle. Molly Lickenstein. Saud Wasal. Parida Amadou. Tyler James Hockman with honors. Jonathan David Hurtart. Trey Johnson. Japneet Kaur. Jackson Kelly. Nicole Kent with honors. Marissa Robin Kepley. Nahid Khan with honors. Mary Elizabeth Cresa. Jennifer Lamar. James Fleming Lynn III with honors. Barnett Lloyd with honors. Gina Louise McNeil with honors. Ashal Malik. Santu Mamadou with honors. Pretty Manu. Jasu Alexander Martinez Hercules with honors. Mariana Martinez. Jackie McFarland with honors. Charles Patrick McMahon. Ines Mhe. Thomas Mahija. Sam Mendamasa Chroma with honors. Emily Meyer. Anagan Mishun with honors. Nicholas Santriano with honors. Jitendra Sahu. Kara Santucci with honors. Melanie Mae Schumann. Habib Balaji Sarake. Alison Chuchi Weber Shaw. Julia Mariana Singwenza. Livia Caroline De Silva with honors. Christian Anibar Sorto with honors. Curtis Warren. Sheldon Marcello Wilmot. Nancy Yvette Molina. Lucy Vanessa Morales with honors. Aruni Mahmoudali with honors. Kimberly Moreno with honors. Samuel Nganja. Ian Nguyen with honors. Dejuha Nguyen with honors. Tone Nguyen with honors. Stephanie Unkongola. Nicole Abango with honors. Kofi Olusa Ajiman with honors. Olaf Penderson with honors. Johanna Stephanie Persaud. Regina Pogasian. Akoge Quinta Diane. Michaela Daniela Corago with honors. Bella Reyes Meja. Lejeune Richardson with honors. Ruthven Ridley. Brett Leanne Riley with honors. Bruno Rodriguez. Gian Alexander Rivero. Stephanie Vanessa Rodriguez. Samantha Rosenthal with honors. Sarah Alexandra Ruiz with honors. Christian Rulo. Nicholas St. Angelo. Christopher Mark St. Angelo. Sean Marie Words. Jamal Stevenson. Shelley Shanae Stewart. Shayla Suarez. Kayla Marie Woodside with honors. Peter Winnard with honors. Michelle Wu with honors. Puya Sunabadi with honors. Brad Talby. Bianca Elizabeth Page Tetlow. Tron Ton Fung. Tamara Thomas with honors. Rolanda Trao Lu. Quang Tran. Christina Turner. Diego Valenzuela. Rodrigo Valenzuela. Joseph Luis Vasquez III with honors. Dwi Bois. Mawar Sinan Ali Wright. Amanda Wu. Joanne Pina Tempo. Karine Shelley Ann Young. Cody Zelke with honors. Shantae Yerby Priester with honors. Ikin Aka.
Will the members of the class of 2016 from the Takoma Park Silver Spring campus please come forward and receive your degrees?
Freewat Sayum with honors. I got it. Carol Branco with honors. Victorine Swiri Aban. Komi Abochi with honors. Myra Jifa Abochi with honors. Solomon Abraham. Annie Aide Belsun. Sion Girma Adenu. Romeo Kokovi Ajay. Vincent Assam. Tina Ajayi. Martin Acabeza with honors. Aide Alfaro with honors. Claudia J. Alfaro Argueta. Nelia Amaya. Nina Amwa. C.J. Onoruo. Franz Buchiko. Valerie Brave with honors. Courtney Norwood with honors. Alexandros Georgiadis with honors. Amina Amope Anwo. Carlos R. Aquino with honors. Ariba Aslam with honors. Nigusu Dirsha Asefa with honors. Gifty Brakoa Awusi. Alice Ayuk. Lateria Bailey. Gerard Baker. Andrew Bakri. Ephrata Bezu Badasa with honors. Fabin Tilahun Besha with honors. Marius Betfian with honors. Turi Lucia Biswas with honors. Clarissa Bloom with honors. Wend Panga Bonkugu with honors. Kalisa Brown Williams. Jordan Alyssa Callahan. Shayna Nicole Callahan. Angela Brown. Sonia Casosoto. Juan Castillo. Ricky Sirna. Joseph Chan. Elizabeth A. Chavez. Candace Crystal. Racine Danielle Clark. Jermaine Clements. Achille Da Silva. Sua da Silveira. Henrietta Anita Dagadu with honors. Zelalem Damtu with honors. Ramiro Daniel Jr. Douglas Dantzler. Abrahet David with honors. Omar Ashroy Evans with honors. Martine Stefan Fanfan. Caleb Farede. And Delkachu Feten with honors. Stephanie Dybel Punt with honors. Anthony Dennis with honors. Saran DeSissa with honors. Jennifer Diaz with honors. Yasmin Diaz. Rosemary Darkwa Jan with honors. Cheryl Christina Doye. Noel de Rosario. Alicia Elliott. Yesenia Enriquez Arias. Ana Estimo. Loic Feiju, honors. Jessica Flores with honors. Yvette Fozzo. Silvia Garcia. Liliane Ghazi. Amsalek Gesese with honors. Zara Golkarfard with honors. Matthew Gomez. Jacqueline Gomez Perez. Samantha Gordon. Jennifer Leigh Graham with honors. Elizabeth Green with honors. Nancy N. Green. Angela M. Green. Ankita Gupta. Camila Elizabeth Guzman. Johannes Haile with honors. Heather Ashley Hine. Marina Hernandez with honors. Shervan David Inglis. Petros Isaac. Hinomen Iyayi with honors. Grant Jackson. Pranita Koirala with honors. Deo Kalule. Risa Hernandez with honors. Etanesh Hoda. Yulia Huncharuk with honors. Rafikul Hoke. Anthony Weiling. Margaret Wang with honors. Michelle Jackson. William Bishop Jackson. Alexandra Yunhuinin with honors. Petra Joseph Summers with honors. Zeni Jua with honors. Amadou Kamara. Fatmata A. Kamara with honors. Moses Jaime Karkeni. Joanna Karngar. Abel Kabedi. Abby Kayumbi. Kiflu Kidan with honors. Giselle Andambi Kinyanjwi. Nelly Kiplagat with honors. Essie and Yonam Kuto. Roosevelt Kwamu with honors. Angela Maria Lehman. Stephen Kevi Leunga Ukap. John Mark Lidsky. Gabriela Lopez. Linda Lopez. America Lucero. Alana Mailman with honors. Wuya Lukule. Deon Lyles. Mireille Darlene Nana. Emmanuel Nanjo with honors. Sarah Elizabeth Navarro with honors. Lulendi Navas. Vida Osafo Dedi. Paula Peltia. Papa Magat Pen. Esther Esenam Mante with honors. Stahimili Mbena. Aiden Measo. Jaime Daniel Mejia. Patience and Yonam Mensa Obadai. Amanda Merkel. Zaira Miranda. Jeanette Moko Kamwa. Juan Morales. Priscilla B. Muloki. Araceli Daphne Munoz Chaira with honors. Michelle Muticia. Gabriel Kagwa Ndungu. Jocelyn Nedu. Concilia Ngang. Jessica Nyo. Dorothe Go Ikula. Colette Nicole Wenja with honors. Brenda Nguyen. Emmanuel Norum. Princess Noella. Sandra Nwakoro. Taibang Nyondo with honors. Eduardo Paul Ochoa. Emily Ogujaba. Alexandra Ortiz Rivera. Eric Fausto Pagdanganan. Edgar Perez. Francisco Perez. Kyla Perry. Caitlin Pettit with honors. Mohammed Sesai with honors. Kimberly Seth Jones. Marjorie Shapiro with honors. Kanika Sharma with honors. Audrelina Sherman. Bianca Smith. Seda Abdul Jalil. Wojneszek Walda. Alexis Pollard. Mariam Paranda Rajai with honors. Himali Menike Rajapaksha. Amanda Leanne Ritter. Yvonne J. Salguero. Safetu Sawadogo with honors. Bethlehem A. Sema with honors. Kidist Ayalne Semu. Linda Ama Senyo. Yusuf Shifa. Zara Sidi Ahmed with honors. Maria Lourdes Silvestri with honors. Bezawit Sirak with honors. Janet Sosa. Doris Forcha with honors. Brittany S. Spivey Perry. Makia Surur with honors. Azadeh Tarshizi. Janice Miranda Taylor with honors. Ariane Chuenche with honors. Hame Tefera. Cordelia Muyang Tendo. Jordan Terrazas Autumn-Reif. Lina Traore with honors. Ufot Kish Ufot. Darlin Areli Vasquez. Rudy Antonio Villegas. Cristal Vireira. Daniel Vuslavev. Irene Halako Warnke with honors. Maria de Los Angeles Baires. Ababedo Yado. Tigist Ayalu Kuni. Gal Andrea Wilson. Piran Forcha. Dennis Michael Wilson, Jr. Bethlehem Waldemichael. Eleni Yassin with honors. Miramawit Johannes. Saidu Zangre. Timothy Jerome Bournes. Kelsey Courtney. Samantha Abigail Mejia. Annalise Oliveras. Rakia Yaye Javi. Sandra Lucky Alozi. Aminata Keita. Jinsung Kang with honors.
Members of the Rockville Campus, Class of 2016, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Luis Gonzalez with honors. Lee D. Vu. Peter Vu with honors. Ionis Zaphos. Edgar Javier Urias. Dania Valencia. Vito Dimitri Valon. Emily Vanegas. Alejandro Vargas. Ruth Vargas. Magnolia Vasquez. Ian Vega with honors. Maria Villagran. Eliza Jill Belanz. Diego Villegas. Carlos Evu Adu Barteo Vanillas. Hugh Fang Va with honors. Nicole Quinn with honors. Mia Vuyanquilla with honors. Nicole Wagner. Li Fang Wang Sai with honors. Arthur Jean Pierre with honors. Omar Barnett. Zanoa Walker Lotney. Zanoa Mosella Walker Lotney with honors. Sydney Wampole. Stephanie Juju Wangji with honors. Kimberly Warren with honors. Lois Elaine Whaley with honors. Maria Kochuva with honors. Genevieve Williams. Christine Wilson with honors. Derek Winikoff. Janella Zapparoli. Evelyn E. Zavala Morales. Karen Zalaya with honors. Brian Chan Ye with honors. Austin Track with honors. Ann Thu Tron with honors. Danny Chacon. Helen Hung Ye. Kawame Koodu Fidel with honors. Barack Ukal. Jeff Fulford with honors. Roberto Abreu. Melissa Adams with honors. Tommy Carice de Leon Aquiesta. Anna Sophia Adamaya. David Yawal Ofadanyi with honors. Rosie Ogrida. Will Aguilar with honors. Rashid Khalil Ahmad. Cindy Alban. Gina Milgrayos Alcaraca Rivas with honors. John Alcarca Rivas. Andrew Allen. Nadia Al-Rabi. And Durar Tangria. Philemon Samuel Emmanuel with honors. Lexus Apadou with honors. Kevin Bartolome Asei Anyan. Carolyn Giselle Anderson. Nicholas B. Anderson with honors. Koku Anuma with honors. Danielle Wells. Heidi Aquino with honors. Erica Louise Arancibaya. Jason Aradius. Sarah Lee Aradius. Charmaine V. Arias. Santiago Avila with honors. Nada Baba with honors. David Beza. Asia Balde. Beatty Agnes Barre with honors. Marianne Barlett with honors. Aliyah Beatty. Jennifer Busara with honors. James Becker. Nathaniel William Becker. Anthony Beers with honors. Brooke Bessner with honors. Jocelyn Elizabeth Belmonte. Fernando Benavides. Yasmin Benzel. Chase Patrick Bennett with honors. Violetta Bendel with honors. Anne-Marie Elizabeth Bisnet with honors. Geraldine Bernardo. Nashana Bachman. Sobia Baiti. Anna Maria Biscaracca. Fayishola Blaka. Jennifer Carolina Borgia with honors. Jerice Marquise Boston with honors. Sultan Bauda. Matthew Bolick. Luis Serrera Boyle. Jose J. Borisco. Tawana Brooks. Aaron Brown. Dayanya Cabreza Cabrera. Anna Carab Cireres. Ashley Cireres with honors. Abigail Joy Quijajon with honors. Lisa Calcono with honors. Amber Param Cameron. Kamisha Latambra Cannon. Cara Farrell with honors. Vanessa Carbajal. Elizabeth Caranaza. Bryant Carrillo. Shaloy Faith Aponar Kasali. Ademir Kasaka. David Sidell. Marlene Cervantes. Christopher Chaparro. Marcelo Chavari. Alice Chin with honors. Ling Chen with honors. Benjamin Chulak. Rigel Cubar. Nadia Clausen. Freddie Clamaco. Maria Christina Cohen. Megan Diane Collins. Johan Cortez. Emily Cortel. Joya Costa. Dania Cruz. Maria Dakalakis. Fatu Dan. Ramatu Dan Awudu. John Daniel with honors. Afari Datanike. Ramos Releos de Castro. Astri Delgado with honors. Barbara DeLilly. Samuel Dennis. Maria DeCias with honors. Jonathan Deal. Muhammad Jaya. Nelly Yange Jomadi. Artie DeJortiba. Alex Michelle Duff. Raul Alexandra Zul. Jarnett Nathaniel Early. Patricia Eshariva. Nope. Ayodeji Edmonds. Cody Egan with honors. Nadine Valerie Ellers. Stanley U. Kocha. Emily Ifala with honors. Sarah Elamlian. Manuela Imani. Patricia Eprim with honors. Daniel Escobar. Maggie Evans with honors. Joseph Exantas. Atsuki Inori. Monique Sarah Font. James Farmer Jr. Ronnie Faulkner with honors. Fernando Miguel Fernandez with honors. Dodizi Fayati. Kelfes Faban. Perry Fink with honors. Bantu Vita. Leticia Flores. Olga Jeanette Flores. Christelle Elise K. Fogu. Likay Fantava. Michael Zane Ford. Sandra Valeria Franklin. Reggie Friatas with honors. Mark Warren Friedman. Renee Friedland with honors. Nicole Fermento with honors. Ayati Freddie Lo Gaba. Esther Gaitan with honors. Jonathan Gange. Griselda Garcia Miranda. Carla Vanessa Garcia. Marvin Garcia. Michael Gardner. Vanessa Garner. Christopher Garvey. Alvora Garzon with honors. Daniela Robertillo Fuentes. Adrian Victor D. Geddes with honors. Sylvia Patricia Gentile. Arvon Gersdorf. Tequila M. Ganda Ga. Kayvon Gorani. Michael Ginsberg. Jose Godoy. Jody Gaw with honors. Afsani Golban with honors. Luis Gomez. Jinadari Gondawaje with honors. Holita Miso. Bernard Edom Wadazro. Andrew Graham. Lovera Chanel Graham. Gabrielle Green with honors. Malika Naomi Grooms. Catherine Ma with honors. Jason Guerrero with honors. Yesenia Gutierrez. Heshu Ha. Dina Haddad. Grace Ham with honors. Ali Hakimi. Sean Hamazawi. Vihad Hamzaneva. Kim Harting. AJ Joey Harrison with honors. Jennifer Henderson with honors. James Paul Hennigan with honors. Fitzroy Henry. Kevin Adam Hermandi with honors. Roshan Rapchi with honors. Efren Barraza Hernandez. Francisco A. Hernandez. Gabriela Hernandez Sidari with honors. Victor Herrera with honors. Chris Hippolito. Yasman Hosseini with honors. Morgan Ray Howard. James Christopher Hawksey with honors. Kong Thant with honors. Maria del Carmen Gusbert. Sway Hitswati. Siliong Huang with honors. Charmaine Huda. Mahir Hussein with honors. Umu Hyde. Mwami Shalom Kabawasa with honors. Anastasia Kane with honors. Komila Kareem with honors. Matt Cruciatus. Laura Kaufman with honors. Biku Casey with honors. Nema Kerr. Dorsa Keneja with honors. Arum Khan with honors. Farzana Khan. Sichang Hong with honors. Gwinnett Kabedi. Sentayu Dangni Kabidi. Solange Kanyabutabemo. Surachi Kapoor with honors. Daniel Keaton. Cooper Kidd with honors. Anas Consolote Kifongo. Harrison Kibet. Raphael Kilu III. Grace Kim. Hervé Kavuvu. Christabella Kosasi. Tisi Korila with honors. Julie Kester. Corday Martez Ingram. Jacqueline Jacobo. Stephen Jacobson. Kaneng Jean. Hannah Johns with honors. Antonio Jordan. Norisco Jr. Norcisco. Ronnie Albert Justin. Ayub Mimi Lahlu. Twee Lamb with honors. Joel Landy with honors. Jean Larioni. Carla Lazo. Kachi Gebru. Glenda Yunette Lazo. Myra A. Lazaro Cortez. Miwei Lee. Ashley LeBlanc. Matthew Lee. Weston Lee with honors. Joseph Elias Lehman. Jordan Lichtenson. James C. Leonetti. Kara Lipscomb with honors. Sergio E. Lizarraga. Juan Lahaya Herrera. Jasmine Lowe with honors. Dania Lopez with honors. Johnny Martin Lopez, Cindy Michelle Lopez Aravela, Christine Nicole Lowe, Mindy Luong, Sergio F. Mafut, Ashley Magliere with honors, Bethlehem Mamo, Dalia Maravilla, Ellie Marquez with honors, Sergio Maroking, Natalie Martinez, David Matheny, David Matias, Richard A. Machero II, Yancy Mayorga, Jean Rodolphe Mboso Mbola, Kia Gina McCoy, Megan McCoy with honors, Francis McGettrick, Danny Medina, James Peter Mahalik, Beatrice M. Mendez, Daisy J. Menendez Totten, Jonathan Raven Metcalf Burton, Etienne Mechovel with honors, Adina Miller with honors, Israel Miller with honors, Kevin Milton with honors, Julio Miranda, Rosina Misganval, Seth Mizraki, Roma Ramkomorari Mohammed, Michelle Moore with honors, Stephanie Moore with honors, Maria Antonella Moposita, Milagros Vanessa Morales Aramburu with honors, Drake Morgan, Daria Mihalovina Monzolina with honors, Amatas Salam Mubarswa, Timmy K. Mustafa with honors, Tamina Nasmovina with honors, Kolwale Oyeknami, Zaid Mohammed, Du Ngo, Dai Lon Nguyen, Laura Nguyen, John Nguyen with honors, Van Nguyen with honors, Kanusho Cherie Madua, Andrea Marie Nicole Neva with honors, Paula Nrangu, Fatima Sharaha Nizar with honors, Hud Nono, Derek Nyangi, Jaren Ojak with honors. Gabriela Ochoa. Martha O'Connor. Raquel Ordonez with honors. Scott Ornstein. Emily Raquel Ovales. Francis Osu Ansa. Dave Palomo. Andrew Pantolier. Stephanie Aaron Pantos with honors. Theresa Hassad. James Patterson. Roxana Payne with honors. Omar Perez. Rodolfo Perez with honors. Sergio Perez. Isabella Payton with honors. Kathy Pham with honors. Christopher Pearson. Raul H. Pineda. Angel Panoco. Victor Hugo Ferraras. Martin Portercero with honors. Asia Love Powell. Luis Prado with honors. Jocelyn Quinteros. Marantosa Nirana Rabe with honors. Mimi Tina Rajan with honors. Dandare Ranuku Roskowski. Rova Ramunjusu. Nicole Ramirez Vasquez. Caleb Ramos. Eric Ramos. Loli Ramos. Selenanda Rararas. Fiola Rhyme with honors. Athene Rebecca Reyes. Jamie Reyes Jr. Jennifer Christina Rios Alvarez. Wendell Riso with honors. Ingrid Rosemary Rivas. Aldo Daniel Rivera Renteria. Trevor Robinson. Danielle Rodriguez. Erlinda Rodriguez with honors. Moises A. Rodriguez. Megan Runrud. Darren Marcel Rollins. Sopavan Ross. Juan Eduardo Rosales. Jocelyn Ruiz with honors. Serena Russell. Daniel Paul Reinders. Mary Safel with honors. Colleen Marie Sagers with honors. Wanda Vanessa Salcedo with honors. Melinda Salguera. Amber Sample with honors. Federico Saniman with honors. Karen Santanum. Elfina Sowito. Mulak Sayad. Jerry Lynn Schell with honors. Mark Schultz with honors. Armand B. Cigi. Jeffrey Sejour with honors. Mary Ludmilla Subert with honors. Charlotte Sexton with honors. Anastasia Simakela with honors. Angela Shaterova with honors. Melissa Michelle Sibran. Aya Mohammed Sinakora. Ondidra Skinner. Natalie Renee Sludd. Austin Smith. Lucretia Smokes. Ava Sofitelaki Sofilas with honors. Marwa Ahmad Solomon with honors. Beatrice Somoza with honors. Idris Suji Donkey. America Solil. Mitchell Spears. Taylor Winthrop Sturman. Charles R. Stevens III. Carly Stahlicker with honors. Jashri Suraj with honors. Zachary Sweet. Fatumata Binse. Hasib Sayed. Glenda Y. Bonilla. Maribel Tebe with honors. Oliva Nafitz Takala. Gisleen Thasaiko with honors. Yekaterina Goyanova with honors. Huchanu Wang with honors. Marie Benson. Nadine Dagobe with honors. Emmanuel O. Ahmed with honors. Benjamin Antonio Benitez Martinez. Tanya Turner with honors. Ashton Trevino. Alima Trevore Owatartara. Spencer Track with honors. Maria Carey Torres with honors. Afi Amafa Tulasi. Claudia Torrico. Alexandra Torreblanca. Nelson Tobar. Michael Tikach with honors. Elaine Poutan with honors. Johnny Teneo. Natasha Tilakaratni. Min Thura. Danielle Simone Thornburg. Victoria Ami Thornhill with honors. Sebastian Jose Taylor Ebanks. John Hanson Webb. Tiffany Antoinette Joan Sanders. Posthumously, Mr. Henry Sanders, her father, is accepting her degree.
Graduates, in keeping with the tradition at commencement, at this time, please move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right side to the left side. Congratulations. Mr. Richard Bell, President of the Montgomery College Alumni Association, please come forward.
Congratulations, class of 2016. Yeah. I am delighted to induct you into the Montgomery College Alumni Association. Now, please go to your programs and turn to the end, the last page of the program, where you'll find the induction pledge. Would the Montgomery College alumni who are present, including the class of 2016, please stand. Great. And join me in reading the pledge. Ready? I am a graduate of Montgomery College. I have achieved my goal of graduation through my own hard work and dedication, and with the support of my family, friends, faculty. As a graduate, I am now a member of the Montgomery College Association. In this capacity, I have earned the privilege of a mutually beneficial and lasting relationship with the college and its community. Today, I move forward to embrace new opportunities and to meet challenges that lie ahead. But as I do, I also recognize that my Montgomery College experience will remain forever an important part of my life. The opportunity of a Montgomery College education confers upon me a responsibility to help ensure the continued strength of this great institution. I will not forget this responsibility. Now, nice and loud, I am a graduate of Montgomery College. Welcome. Welcome to the Montgomery College Alumni Association. Congratulations. Come and see me and other alumni in our tent on the other side of the athletic field. Again, congratulations.
Thank you for joining us today. Please stand and remain in front of your seat for the academic recessional. Thank you and have an absolutely glorious day.